Now, I tried to warn you guys. I tried to warn you guys regarding X-Men 97's character Morph and how it was going to be utilized to push modern day diversity, equity, and inclusion nonsense. And now we have yet another example or revelation, I should say, regarding X-Men 97's Morph. So apparently, the actor who voices Morph is an activist, an LGBTQ activist, and is apparently the founder of Queer Vox Voice Casting.
I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
Now, when I heard that Morph was coming out as non-binary, I already knew right off the bat what was going to be happening. They were going to do proper casting, right? They were going to do proper voice casting because that's a new thing apparently where the voice actor, someone you're never going to see, has to look and sound exactly like the person on screen. And even though this character is definitely not someone you would consider normally non-binary, not by regular human standards anyway, they still are going to utilize an LGBTQ activist, of course, to push this character's voice. So let's get into this article, guys, from Phantom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says X-Men 97 Morph actor J.P. Karliak is an LGBTQ activist and founder of Queer Vox Voice Casting. It seems like we can't go a day without some new controversy rearing its ugly head for the upcoming Disney Plus show X-Men 97. Well, that's because they want this, right? This is what I say all the time about X-Men 97. They want this controversy. Disney loves this. This is a classic play out of Disney's playbook. They're the ones who basically originated this whole nonsense of attacking the fans and pushing modern day nonsense into TV shows and movies that nobody wants to see this in, aside from the couple of people that love to be virtue signaled to. That's essentially it. They know what they're doing. They know if they push this stuff, they're going to get the controversy. And for them, they feel like controversy will lead to actual viewership, will lead to actual money. And we've proven time and time again, probably 9 times out of 10, that that is not the case. Pushing DEI only leads to money loss 9 times out of 10. Occasionally, every once in a while, admittingly, you will get a winner, but that is very few and far between. So it says, despite a promising start when showrunner Biel DeMaio proclaimed that he would not allow people to work on the show if they weren't already a fan of X-Men, we have since seen signs of woke modernizing and activism seeping through. But what's become more concerning is that the voice actor for Morph, a character who was not very well known prior to the recent media blitz surrounding its gender identity, it's being voiced by J.P. Karliak, a gay voice actor and founder of Queer Vox. Now, I mentioned this on stream on Hypnocast every day at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check us out if you're free. Whenever you see a person, a showrunner, saying something like this that you think the fans really want to hear, I would consider that to be a red flag, especially if it's a TV show that is being made by Disney, Marvel, or whatever. That is a big red flag. These people don't care about making sure the fans are happy, at least not the fans of the source material anyway. They're not actively trying to get you as a viewer. They don't care about you. They never cared about you. Actually, they pretty much hate you. We know that to be a fact. And if they won't even hire people who are fans of the source material on other projects, why would they start hiring people now who are fans of X-Men? That is just not the truth. When they say fans of X-Men, they mean fans of X-Men that fit their ideology, that fit whatever they're pushing, right? So when they say they're hiring fans of X-Men, they say they're hiring people who think X-Men is all this stuff about civil rights and all this stuff that's been debunked over time and time again online. They are hiring those kind of fans. They're not hiring fans of the characters because the characters are cool, they like their powers, whatever the case may be. No, they're hiring fans of X-Men who think X-Men is basically something they could use to push their own activism in real life. That's who they're hiring when they say they're hiring fans. So don't ever get it twisted that these people are on your side, because they're not. That's a big, big red flag. So it says, what is Queer Vox? From their own mission statement, they are a nonprofit organization providing training and professional support for LGBTQIA voice actors in the entertainment industry while advocating for equitable opportunities and authentic representation in voice performance work. Now, I asked this question on my stream, and I'm going to ask this question in the video, so please make sure you guys comment down below and let me know your answer. But this doesn't make sense. This entire thing right here about LGBTQ voice actors in the entertainment industry advocating for equitable opportunities and authentic representation in voice performance work. Authentic representation in voice performance work. That alone doesn't make any sense. Voice performance work has nothing to do with representation, has everything to do with the ability to sell a character's voice. That is it. Nobody cares what you look like when you are are the voice actor. That just makes no sense. That defeats the entire purpose of being a voice actor. If you wanted to care what people looked like, then you would be a regular actor, but you are a voice actor. That means you are going to try to portray a voice that is going to fit a certain character that may not look like you. So now, not only does authentic representation for voice performance not make sense, but then you're throwing in sexual identity into authentic representation in voice performance work. So how are you going to properly show authentic representation for a sexual identity in voice performance work? Please, if you guys have an answer for that, let me know in the comments down below. It says, listed under what we do, there is a bullet point of 3 objectives, but their top priority is working with casting agencies and industry professionals to encourage authentic representation of LGBTQIA characters in voice acting and identify equitable and diverse employment opportunities. Their other objectives are providing professional voiceover classes, though the Queer Vox Academy addressing topics from animation and video games to home studios and gender-affirming vocal work, and maintaining an active free directory of LGBTQIA+ voiceover talent accessible to casting directors and agents. So essentially what they're doing is they're creating a pool or a directory of people that these woke studios can utilize to then hire to fill their own personal DEI quotas. That's what they're doing. So they're going to have an entire pool of people that will never actually be able to do the work properly. Maybe most of them won't. Some of them might. Most of them won't because they're too focused on identity politics. But still, you're going to have this entire pool of people that are going to get hired simply because they check off a box. They do not provide anything else other than a good box check for a organization, a studio, or whatever to utilize to get their ESG scores up. That is all this company is for. That's why it's a nonprofit, even though I'm sure as a nonprofit, they got plenty of money going around. It says JP Karliak had previously spoke about Queer Vox and his voice activism during an interview with his alma mater, USC. While discussing Masters of the Universe, JP Karliak stated that watching He-Man was like seeing Bugs Bunny in drag. What? Which was as queer as you could get. As disturbing as that statement is, J.P. Karliak would go on to elaborate that this inspired his desire to eventually see himself in a superhero cartoon. What's more disturbing is his desire to see LGBTQ content pushed further into children's television programming and video games. Well, quite simply, we know that that's what they want, right? That's essentially what they want. Now, if you guys are wondering what he looks like, this is the voice actor for MORPH. Now, you want to talk authentic representation, okay? This is not exactly how I would imagine MORPH looks like in the TV show. I don't know if you guys disagree or agree, but I don't think MORPH looks like this. So I don't really think this is authentic casting like they always say. The only authentic part of it is that now this non-binary asshole gets to now play what's deemed a non-binary character, even though that character does not look anything like him whatsoever. There is no authenticity here other than by title. So the whole thing is just is an oxymoron. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And of course he has the crazy eyes. And of course he's taking this video on TikTok while being surrounded by Girl Scout cookies, because that's not fucking weird, right? The whole thing just screams groomer, obviously. And we get to this point in time where you're going to have these psychopaths doing this with all your characters over time. I mean, they basically already have been with everything that's been created by Marvel, Disney, and whatnot. They're going to continue to do so, and they're going to keep hiring activists like this that are going to push whatever they're told to push as long as they get paid to do so. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
Told you so.